Hey, Sean. Okay, so I'm not going to stay on for very long. And how I'm going to do this, it's weird how YouTube does things now. Takes it a minute for it to show that you're live. So that's why I'm quiet at the beginning. Anybody who watches the replays now, that's the main reason why I am. And number two, half the time it's an ad at the very beginning. And so you guys aren't seeing me, especially ones who are trying to be nice to me and watch the ads. So I get quiet at the very beginning. Um, but what we're going to do is we're going to taste test a dragon fruit together. I'm going to change the camera angle. Down. Okay. I want you to be able to see the dragon fruit. You'll be able to see me too, I promise, but I want you to see the dragon fruit. I'm going to make this really quick because I have not worked out yet tonight. So since I have not done my workout tonight, we're going to keep this very, very short. So we're going to try this dragon fruit together. I got my knife just in case I need it. But dragon fruit is a superfruit, and a lot of people don't realize that because there are so many vitamins and minerals in dragon fruit. It is a very, very good fruit for you. It's good for your immune system, good for your bloodstream, and everything. It's usually very high in fiber. I have seen reviews between the pink and the yellow, and a lot of people tell you do not get the yellow dragon fruit unless you are going to be at home close to a bathroom all night or all day. So I am being very brave in the fact that I am trying this at nighttime. So let's see if I get any sleep because I've heard several people say, do not, whatever you do not eat the yellow dragon fruit. There was an ad. Okay, I figured. So if you're a first time viewer, please don't forget to hit the little red subscribe button, like, share, and comment with ones you think may enjoy it. Check out my other channel, Dixie's Friends. There you go. That way you see my face a little bit better. And let's try this together. I promise this is going to be brief because I haven't done my workout yet tonight. So basically, the pink one, when it was completely ripe, I was able to just do this. So we're going to try it this way first. Oh yeah, it's working. Look at this baby coming apart. I'm peeling it out with my hand. It is very, very ripe, y'all. That is so, it looks so good. Everybody asks me if I'm from born and raised in the South. No, but my cousins come from Arkansas, so, and I used to hang around them when I was little. So yeah, that's probably why I got the you all thing. It just peeled right out beautifully. There's the dragon fruit. Okay, so you guys ready? It's all slimy and everything else, but yeah, baby. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I like the yellow better. The pink had more of a like a refreshing flavor, like a peach, but like the grittiness texture of a pear. Mm, 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 mm. You tried the yellow one? You tried the yellow one at night and were best friends with the toilet all night. Oh God, thanks, Sean. I haven't even worked out or taken my shower yet. So this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to be able to work out tonight. Mm, 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 mm. Sean, what did you think of the yellow one though? Did you try the pink one as well? I like the difference between the yellow and the pink one is that um it's sweeter. The other one, the pink dragon fruit, like I said, a gritty texture of a pear, but the refreshing flavor of a peach, but with less sweetness than a peach. This one is the gritty texture of a pear. Mm. Oh my God. I'm addicted to the yellow. I think I'd rather have the yellow over the pink now. Um, it has the sweetness of a grape. or a plum. Mm, sorry. You really know when I like my food? Because I do that. I shouldn't moan. My husband says it's not good that I do that. You should see me in a restaurant. So you ever cook me something and I start mm or dancing, just know that you did a good job because that means I really like it. Hmm. The other one tastes better to you too. It does to me too. My husband didn't like it the first time around. He didn't like the texture. So needless to say, he probably ain't a pear person. Mm-mm. I just thought it would be kind of fun to do this live. And so you can see my initial reaction. Because on a short, I give a really quick review and a very quick reaction. And so, you don't really get to see the depth of what I think of it. Because sometimes after I do the review, then I'm tasting it more and I'm like, ooh, I really don't like this. Or sometimes after the review, I'll say it's okay, but if you're into such and such and you don't really like it. But then I start eating more of it after the short because a minute you don't have very much time to try it and give your opinion about how it tastes. Um, then I start really liking it and again I start digging it and I really want more of it. And then other times I don't like it at all. But in a minute short you can't see that in the real reaction. So I ate the full thing and I mean the whole time, guys, yellow is better than the pink. Mm, mm-hmm, mm. So my suggestion to you, I'll tell you on the community board later. If I changed my mind after the fiber that's in this, because I've been hearing from different reviews on the yellow dragon fruit that you or the toilet becomes your best friend when you eat a whole yellow dragon fruit. And I just ate a whole yellow dragon fruit. Let's see how my system handles this. But if I were to choose between the yellow and the pink, hands down, I would say get the yellow dragon fruit. Yellow dragon fruit, everybody, tastes like a super sweet, delicious grape with the texture of a pear. I would love to see what other people who's reviewed it says about it. Everyone who's viewed it didn't really talk much about the flavor. They warned you against getting it because of how much fiber is in it and how it makes you go to the bathroom. So we'll see what happens. Hi, Jake. How's it going, Jake? Good to see you. I hope I can too. I wouldn't think that this would run through my system that fast. We don't know. We're not going to know. We will know here a little bit. I'll be up and down in the bathroom and be like, "Hey, I heard you have a me day. Can we hang out for a little bit?" No, I'm busy. You're like, "What's your problem? Why? Why?" I'm not telling you. Oh my god, I really hope not. Mm. I always have to have my herbal tea at night. My favorite thing. It hits you really fast. Oh dear goodness. Okay. Well, I'll just be ready for whatever happens, I guess. We'll have to see. Jake, I appreciate you being here too. And everyone who comes in and watches the replay, please don't forget to hit the like button. I am going to try to get off and I'm going to try to do a workout. So everybody pray for me because I've heard really horrible things about these yellow dragon fruits. People won't even talk about the flavor of it. All they talk about is about how it makes them run to the bathroom every 5 minutes. And I got brave enough to taste test it. I got to tell you guys a quick story. And I'm also recording this to put this on my TikTok, my older TikTok, my more personal one. But I mentioned in a taste test review, have you seen my 7-Up taste test review? I had a really bad wreck in 2004. So I was extremely proud of myself yesterday because I went to Kroger by myself. Normally, I just want to go to work and home ever since I had that wreck. I barely drive anywhere unless it's somewhere that I've been super familiar with, like since childhood, or if I set my GPS on my phone and then I'll drive to that spot and I set my GPS to get me back to my house home. I mean, that's how bad my anxiety is because when in 2004, I had a wreck. We bought our first brand new car and I had a wreck that was so bad it knocked me into next week. She hit me at 50 to nothing on Mound Road. I was trying to cross the road and she hit me 50 to nothing. Boom, right in the front, passenger side, really hard. I'm legally blind in my right eye, so unfortunately, I did not see her coming, so I didn't know to swerve out of the way because I didn't. All I seen was just flash of light in the corner of my eye. That's all I seen, and she hit me so hard, the side of my car. She T-boned me so hard that our cars did a 180 spin and they met and bam, it hit super hard in the back and then they span around again and kept spinning and hitting. And then finally my car rolled to a drainage ditch that is over on Mound Road right across the street. Basically, I could walk to my house. It would have taken me 5 minutes or less to walk to my house, probably a 3-minute walk. That's how close to my house it was. And there's a big drainage ditch right there on Mound Road, right at that corner. My car started rolling to the drainage ditch, and I was holding on to the steering wheel with my dear life, and I started praying because I just knew I was heading in and going to do a nosedive into that drainage ditch. I just started praying, please don't let me go in there. Please don't let me go in there. Please don't let me go in there. And I don't know, lo and behold, the axle on my tires, the front of in the car, the axle suspension broke right then at the perfect timing. I know it was him that helped me because the way I was praying. And I ended up stopping right there and I didn't go over. But then when the firefighters got there, I could hear firefighters and ambulances. The pedestrians who were actually walking on the road, they were taking a walk. See me, I said I hit my head extremely hard on the steering wheel. They were surprised I did not have a concussion from it. Um, Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it. And they were extremely surprised I did not end up with a concussion from it. I hit my head so hard on the steering wheel that everyone who was standing on the street could see me rocking forward and hitting my head on the steering wheel. All I remembered was the airbag coming out and this poof of smoke. The next thing I knew, people were trying to talk to me. I was calling my mom because I was able to reach my cell phone. I was calling my mom because I did not know my husband's work phone by heart. The only phone number when my anxiety was so high that I could remember during that wreck was my mother's. And I called my mom and said, you have to get hold of Brent. You have to call because he's working with Decatur Industrial Electric at the time. He's trying something different to try to get to where he's making some really super good money for us. And anyway, so I was panicking, crying, screaming, and the people came running up to me trying to see if I was okay. They couldn't get me to put the phone down because I didn't want to get off the phone with my mom. And next thing I knew, I heard police sirens, I heard firefighters, I heard ambulances, and before I knew it, my car doors were being flung open by two firefighters. They told me I was not allowed to move one muscle. One got in behind me, the other one got on the side of me, and they took me and very gently got me out of my car. So that's how bad it was bashed in. They had to really work to get I don't even know if they could get the driver's side door open. I think they had to go in through the back and figure out how to cut it open or something to get the driver's side door open to get me out. And as I remember, is them telling me not to move a muscle. And next thing I knew, I was laying on a stretcher, and they kept telling me I was going to be okay, and they kept asking me where I was going, and they kept asking me questions, same thing over again. And why they're doing that is they're trained to do that because they heard from everyone who witnessed the accident that I had banged my head really hard on my steering wheel, and they were afraid that I had a bad concussion. And the training is that they ask you the same question over and over again to see if you repeat the exact same answer. And if you're lethargic in the way you answer, or you stutter and you stumble, or you can't answer the same over and over again, then that lets them know that you have a concussion. So they kept asking me over and over, where are you going? It's going to Taco Bell because I was craving a Mexican pizza, and I forgot a movie I was supposed to return to Blockbuster. And my husband told me if I went, I have to please return the movie to Blockbuster. That's what I kept repeating, and that's exactly what it was. I was heading this way to go to Taco Bell, going to turn a right and go down towards Pershing, where Taco Bell was. And instead, I decided to cross the street. I was going to turn around in Skateland parking lot because we had a skating rink that was not even 5 minutes from our house. I was going to turn around in that parking lot and come back to my house because I forgot the movie. I had to go back to the house to get the movie that I was supposed to return to Blockbuster. And all of a sudden, he hit me when I was at the stop sign light. I was like, oh my God, I promised him I would return that movie. So I was like, I have to go back and get it. And if I had not forgotten that movie, I would have not been in that wreck. But because of that, I have the worst driving anxiety. I used to be the type of girl that we would have girls' days. I would take one Saturday a month off at work, and Britt would take the same one off. He would go spend the time with the guys. I would spend the time with the girls, and we just did it. He felt I needed a girls' day, and he needed a guys' day. We were soon newly married, and so we were only married 5-6 years, and 5 years when we moved in our house, and we decided that's what we both agreed that was good for us. And so we would both take the same Saturday month and off, so he could go have a guys' day and I have a girls' day, and we'd be out till 11, 12 o'clock at night, hanging out with our friends separately. But I would drive them everywhere. See, the girls that I took out and hung out with were younger than me, and a lot of them either they didn't have a driver's license yet. That's my age group I like to hang out with. I was like 21 at the time, and so they didn't even have a driver's license, some of them. And the ones who did have a driver's license did not own their own car yet. They did not have a car or a vehicle so they could drive. So the only choice was me to drive. And I drove everywhere. We went to Mountain Zion and South Shores, and anyone who doesn't know that's a little ways out from where I live. But it's like a suburb area of Decatur. And I would go there because the dollar stores were so much better there. And we go dollar store shopping, and we start there. We start at the dollar stores in Mountain Zion and get some lunch, and then we head back into town and go all the way out to Forsyth Mall and go walk around there, and then we end it by having dinner out and either going to my mom's house or back to my house and watching a movie and then parting ways. And that's how we always did it. And but ever since I had that wreck, I wouldn't drive nowhere. You couldn't get me to drive nowhere. I always was afraid of driving highway anyways in the first place, but hell no, you'll never get me on the highway driving or anything. So the fact that I went to Kroger's because I heard they have the yellow dragon fruit and other things that I wanted, and I actually had the courage to go there after I got off of work Monday and get that dragon fruit. I also got the 7-Up that I taste tested, tropical 7-Up that I taste tested in my short today. And I got another one coming up for you. All of that. I did that by myself. I went to Kroger. I did not ask my husband to take me or anyone else to take me. I went on my own and did that for myself. And I came home and I told my husband I was so proud of myself because I actually did, because I just I need to get more independence. I need to quit getting over my fears. Because something happens where, with the ages we are, I had friends that's lost their spouses and husbands way younger than what mine is. I could lose him tomorrow. And what am I going to do? If I can't get over my anxieties and my fears and take care of myself. So I'm working really hard on becoming a lot more independent. Not that I don't love him, but yeah, I need to work on that. But that's my story. That's why I got driving anxiety, and that's why, it's so horrible for me. Um, but anyway, and that's why it's so amazing that I actually tried that dragon fruit tonight with you guys because of all that. So with having extreme driving anxiety and being able to do that is pretty awesome. Hi Lou, how's it going? So yeah, but anyway, I really need to end this. And Sean, Jake, and Lou, I know you're late, but thank you for coming in tonight and taste testing this yellow dragon fruit with me. I will see if I can get a workout in, go take my shower, and go get some sleep. I want to thank all of you for always supporting me and coming in, and anyone who watches the replay. Thank you so much. I love all of you. You are great. And Lou, don't feel bad that you're late. It's not your fault. I sometimes, if I plan on doing lives ahead of time, I let you and Nat and all of you know them, because since you're my moderators, that I'm doing it. I just did this on a whim, so I don't want you to feel bad about this at all. But I want to thank you all for coming in tonight. And now you know my story. I mean, I think I've barely mentioned that I have horrible driving anxiety before because of a bad wreck, but I never ever told you the story about the wreck or how bad it was. By the way, the girl who hit me was 16 years old. She had gotten her driver's license the week before, and she had a terrible sneezing fit, and that's her eyes were closed because she couldn't stop sneezing. That's why she didn't see the light turned red. That's why she didn't slow down, and that's why she T-boned me. And here's the code. Here is how I am. You know, most people, you fight with people when you get in a wreck. You're like, it's your fault. You're so fault. I'm pointing fingers, busy arguing with each other about whose fault it is and everything. I was wheeled in a stretcher to the ambulance into the hospital. First thing out of my mouth when the cop came in to interview me to hear my side of the story. And I didn't have much to say because it happened so fast. And like I said, I'm legally blind in my right eye, so I didn't see her coming at me. And he says, good news is it was her fault. And then he told me she was only 16 years old, got her driver's license last week, and that she had a bad sneezing fit, and that's why she hit you. Because her eyes were closed, she didn't see the light turned red, so therefore she wasn't slowing down. That's why she ran into me, smashed right into me. And first thing out of my mouth, I'm laying on the stretcher, and he's having to lean over me to ask me the questions. And when he explained everything to me, and after I finished telling my side, what I could tell him, and remember about the wreck, I'm laying on that stretcher and looking up at him, not being able to move. I asked him, is she okay? I said, she was only 16. He said, yes. I said, oh my God, she's 16. I looked at him. I said, she's never going to be able to drive again. I looked at him. I said, how's she doing? I mean, how is she mentally? How is she feeling? Is she okay? And he said, yeah, she's okay. She's going to be all right. And I said, she's only 16. I said, she may never be able to drive again. She just got her driver's license and she almost killed me. I mean, she may not be able to get behind a wheel again. And the cop looked at me. He's like, she's going to be okay. And I said, is she hurt? And he said, yeah, she is. But he said, she'll be fine. He said the only thing that was hurt on her was she had a sprain on her broken arm. But he said that was it. And other than that, she's fine. And he handed me glasses. And I do have glasses. And at first they thought it was my prescription glasses because that's what they found next to my car. It wasn't my glasses. It was hers. And I looked and said, that's not my frame. I mean, the lenses was all cracked up, but the frame itself was perfect. It was a real pretty green frame. And I'm like, I told my mom and my husband, I said, that's not my glasses. I said, that's got to be hers. And so normally you're not supposed to talk when there's an investigation going on with insurance companies. You're not allowed to speak to each other. And I found out from my insurance company, I can't remember how I did, if it was my insurance company or the cops helping me. I found out what the father's um, phone number was. I called the father and I talked to him. He says, I'm not supposed to be talking to you right now. I said, I know that. And I said, I'm not calling to try to cause an argument or anything with you guys. I said, I have something that belongs to your daughter. And he's like, what? And he says, okay. And I said, did your daughter wear prescription glasses with a green frame? And he said, yes. I said, they're laying on my kitchen table. I said, is there any way we can meet up and so I can get them back to you? Because I said, the frame themselves of the glasses look is in perfect condition, but I said, you will have to get her new prescription lenses to put into the frames. I said, otherwise the glasses are fine. And he said, he agreed. He says, okay. He says, I'll agree to meet with you again. I said, I don't care if I meet her. I want to get the glasses to you somehow because they're your daughter's. And then that way you can get the, lenses replaced for her. And he met me at work. He came to my job and I got to meet him in person. And when I said something to him, the first thing out of my mouth was, here's the glasses and is she okay? And I said, is she going to be able to mentally, is she okay? Is she going to be able to handle driving again after this? And I said, I was so worried. I told him I'm so worried that she's going to give up on driving and not be able to do it. He says, unfortunately, with my family, he says, me and my wife both work, and she has a younger brother who doesn't have a license, and he had a dentist appointment the next day, and she made her get back behind the wheel and take him to that dentist appointment the next day. And he says, you know what? He said, both of your cars did what I was supposed to. He said, your cars saved your lives. He said, the frames held up the way they were supposed to. The airbags came out. She had her younger brother was with her too in the car in the passenger side when she hit me. And he said, all of your life. He said, so the cars did their job. They saved you. You guys are alive and breathing. And I told him, yes, we are. We survived it. And I had a friend of mine who recognized the license plate on my car, and he went into panic mode. And he stopped and he stayed with me the whole entire time until they released me to go home. And Dustin's had I think it was an aunt or a cousin whose car was mangled up as bad as mine, and he lost her. She died. She died in that car wreck. And when Dustin seen the license plate, he knew it was my car. And he was one of my husband's best friends, and he just knew that he lost me. He just knew that he lost me. He was like, oh God, she's not gonna come out of this, because he had an aunt who or cousin who got killed the same exact way that I got hit, as bad as my car was. So anyway, I don't know why I went on the rant, but I did. I think I just always wanted to tell this story to you guys and never have because I've always mentioned it. But have a good night, everyone. And I'm sorry for the long spiel. This is not how long I'm meant to be on. This is supposed to be 5-10 minutes. So whatever you do, keep moving, keep eating healthy, and don't give up. Don't forget to check out Tixie's Friends, like, share, comment, and subscribe.